Hey, hey, hey! We are recording. All right, so real quick, just kind of want to review, today's trades. Really, the only trade I took was SPX today, and it turned out to be a big winner for anybody who held. Monthly here, obviously the hammer last month, nice continuation pattern here, but it's the weekly that really is making me look for short opportunities because of that gap that's right there on the weekly. If you go back to the weekly charts, right, you'll see that. I mean, there's rarely ever a week that a gap is not filled, right? That's that next week. So I would expect at least at some point, like maybe a bottom tick, maybe we'll even hit that 2818 level at some point, and then maybe come back up or something like that. But it's very rare to see a week finish with a gap in play. So that, and then with the gap up today, that was kind of the goal of the day, right? So it's kind of talking, some subscribers, and oh, by the way, thank you everybody, all the new subscribers and everybody who's been with us since the beginning. Thank you so much. Doji days, like, although for the most part on a chart are pretty boring. It's like, oh, great, a doji day, right? They're actually pretty exciting to trade intraday, because what that means is it took a top, came back in, took a bottom, and came back in, right? So these are very tradable intraday, although on the daily time frame, they're kind of like, okay, what's going on? Is this reversing? Where am I at in terms of my swing trade, right? Now, granted, if you can catch like a big day like this, right, and are short during that or long during this, those are really great, but it's a little bit harder to find, especially if it's really close to the open. If it doesn't match with the level or kind of overall sentiment of what's going on, it's tough to catch those. So, but these are great because it gives you an opportunity to, hey, there's a top and hey, there's a bottom, and you can go for a reversal if it's at a key level, and if there's any other indicators that look interesting, right? So, so that was today. I did like this. This was one of the things I liked about going short was the hourly topping tail right here. I was kind of hoping it was an inside bar, but it's okay. I mean, it just put it in the high right there, and then there it kind of just boom 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 came down off the hourly. These little upticks were, a little bit annoying, right? If you're trying to swing that one, but there was enough of a move there where certainly that first push down would have been fine. Bless you. So here we are. Let's see. So pretty interesting stuff here. Let me take these off actually real quick. Let me take the spirals off here. I want to show you what it was from yesterday. So if we take yesterday's spiral, Fibonacci spiral, let's grab that from the high, right, to the low. Look what that did. It basically brought us right here, right, kind of at this level. So this is kind of was an indicator that, hey, maybe this is a key turning point of some sort, right? Especially after a big gap up, it's hard to see. I mean, you rarely see a day where it gaps up and then it just goes, right? So I didn't take the trade right there. What I did was, let's kind of zoom in and see what I was looking at. I took it here, right? So at this point already, the 5 MA is below the 10 MA, so it's okay to try to short, kind of anywhere after that death cross, right? But you want to do it at key levels, right? You want to do it where it makes sense. Like so, to me, I was eyeing the momentum indicator here, right? Just kind of wanted to see where this was at. So it was kind of positive all day, and when it finally went there, I also had on my phone. I think I had a MACD was there was a crossover and all that stuff, and it was starting to turn red. So a couple of little indications like that make it like okay. The only thing here is like, hey, you've got cloud resistance, so that was the crux of the whole thing, right? So so basically here it looked like we had a breakdown. We kept on trying to go, and we were holding this R2 level, right? Kind of came back in. That was the key spot right there, right? So that first break right there, and then it came back up, little bear flag. Let me draw that in there. Boom. Boom, right, and then that one that finally broke to the downside, it was over, right? Got through here. The target was, you may recall, I took the 2875s, and the reason I did that is because the next key level was right down here at the this kind of 2873, 2874 area. So try to maximize the move. The trick with today, right, was that today was an option expiration day, so you got to watch out for theta moves. You really got to catch that move, and we just happened to capitalize on that there. I got out a little bit early, but some folks in the in the private Twitter feed really did a good job, capitalizing on that. So, but like I said, when I take them, I try to take the best setups I can find, and hopefully as many people benefit from that as possible. So, but just kind of follow up on that. That was the last trade of the day. I only did one. I looked at some anchors this morning, and I just didn't like the behavior around those 60 bars. The Twitter looked the most interesting, but it was really tricky. So I just kind of avoided that and waited for a potential reversal with the SPX today. So that was that. It looks like it kind of held this level here, this volumetric level, right? Tried to come back up, finally broke back down one more time. And this at this point, this was tough. I mean, it was to get the 10x trade off of SPX. It's going to be a little bit of a pullback and a move. So I mean, here was like about a double, and then like triple, and then by here I think it was like like a 10x trade, like right here. So it came all the way down to daily pivot level 2866, and that's where the bulls finally stepped in at that volumetric level and the daily pivot level and brought it back up. So lots of action today, right? Intraday, and what was it? It was only a doji day, or a spinning top, doji. So so it looks boring on the daily chart, but intraday, we can have a lot of fun. So hope you guys benefited from that. If you didn't get a chance to trade it, no big deal. There's always another bus. So just keep in mind, just use this as a learning experience, and just kind of start seeing some potential setups. And I'll talk to you guys on the free live stream tonight, and hopefully tweet some good stuff out tomorrow. So have a good night. Talk to you later.